Yeah, basically.
One that establishes procedures and policy.
Buck stops here, that's, that's kind of the way it works, but, any solution?
Well, the way that Shakira explained it to me was when the other party called, she placed the name on a sticky note and had promised that date to that first person.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. The way I understand it from Shakira is that, that the other party had called and she had told her that she would place her name on a sticky note closer to time and then she would schedule
But
that. And
that being
That's
said,
not
was
what
that
I
a
was
year,
told.
was that a year ahead?
That was not
And we
what I was
don't do
told.
that.
And that's the reason, this whole mess, because that's what it is. Whenever I spoke with Summer, that's why I told Shakira, just have her speak to the board and let you guys decide how to handle this. I mean, because whenever I understood it, that she had promised it to her, I did go over the policy with her and told her, we must follow policy now, that the people come in, that they put that they do the rental, and then their name is placed on the schedule. So that policy is clear. So to answer your question, that is the policy from here on out. No phone calls, phone reservations will be allowed, and that they will be coming into the office to, they will pay for the rental, then their name will be placed.
Well,
So that's in the future.
That's moving
But that
forward.
doesn't, but that doesn't.
Moving back to this
Yeah,
case,
I know.
if we are the governing body and you did ask them to come in to the board,
I know, I just
my recommendation is this. We have a policy in place right now that says no reservations a year in advance. These people had their name on a sheet.
in September.
In my opinion, unless you tell me otherwise, it's their building on that date.
Well, what do you mean by a year in advance? When does the year start? Is it December 31st?
I assume it's probably the year from the date, so I couldn't have called
That's
May
the way.
23rd
That's what I would
prior.
think.
And
It's all
according,
year,
I
yeah.
asked Shakira to create a communication log so I could have this in order, and she said in April of 2013, the first renter called in. It says the first renter called in to schedule a graduation party for the next year. I told her we were not supposed to schedule a year in advance, but I would place her name on a sticky note for that day of May 24th. So, she admitted that she weren't supposed to do that, but then placed her name on the sticky note. Okay.
But
so
she
then-
didn't reserve it. She just put her name on
Well,
a sticky note.
The way I understand it, she had promised that day.
Well, there
by
are
doing
several
that.
problems with that, because what that comes back to is her memory to remember to put that name off a sticky note on a calendar on that date, which is,
Well, then you run
Sketchy
into the
at
problem
best.
of
Well,
verbal promises are
Not official.
well, I think
not anywhere near.
your name was on the calendar.
the small
My
town-
name was on the calendar in September, and the one thing is, they had a number for me that was 4 years ago, but I'm 2 blocks away. I'm 2 blocks from here. I have septic and sewage in the town. I'm on Grove Street. I'm not hard to find. But the thing is,
Agreed.
I lost my train of thought totally. I'm so sorry.
And I have went over this policy and procedure with Shakira,
Well, I mean,
but
as
that
with
was helpful.
hotels, mistakes happen. But right's right, and we need to honor what's right. And we have to follow up with the other people and explain to them that, we're sorry, but actually on the calendar,
Okay.
there was a name.
And that's the reason
you know.
why I
See,
said
that was another thing, when she had called in to see about, that was just a few months ago. It wasn't within the year, it wasn't 9-10 months ago. It was just a few months ago.
Right.
Graduation has been May 23rd since when Chandra's school started. And that's what initiated, okay, let's get our ducks in a row. And the thing that was hurtful and irritating is the fact that you look at the calendar, I apologize, but someone else's name is here, they have reserved the building, you're going to have to pick a date.
Yeah.
My name was marked out, the name put down, and I did not find out about this until Tuesday. to find out when the earliest I could come get the key. Can I get it Friday night or can I get it Saturday morning? And that's when I found out.
She
And-
wasn't informed previously
Yes.
when her name was marked out 2
Well,
months ago.
I think that,
That's poor.
I think that we all agree that there was some errors made. You
I have been sick.
You
since
are, and like I said, we apologize. I personally apologize this happened, but I believe that the right thing would be that you guys get your building. The last thing that we want is anybody upset with
This,
each other or us. It was a minor scheduling issue that could have been catastrophic,
Oh, yeah.
and it may be even catastrophic to the other parties. But at the end of the day, if you go down to just basic, lead or ink, your name was on the sheet. You can't,
The official.
you can't
It
erase
wasn't an
that.
accident by
So,
being double.
Well,
booked.
I
It
don't
was-
believe it was either. I think that on the
It was
whole,
a-
I think
I
we should
feel
call
like a
it.
preference thing. I feel
It's
she
it's
was-
an error.
Yeah.
We can speculate,
Yeah.
but the best thing we can do is just say it's an error. We'll make it right for you.
I
We'll make
appreciate it.
We'll
I
stand
think-
by.
I think this,
I'm glad you came.
I am too.
I think this clearly shows the seriousness of having a good system in place.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is, to have all these arrangements made, I don't do those things, but that's horrible to have it all
knows.
wash away at the last second, and certainly we'll look at the procedure. There will be different procedures in place, and it's just regrettable from their standpoint as well, because now they've got to scurry around, and there are not that many buildings around.
And that's another point. We appreciate the fact that you want to use the community building.
It's an
We-
amazing building.
We want that, and we thank you for that. So please, go to bed tonight, sleep easy, know that this is resolved,
Thank you.
and we apologize for the inconvenience.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
There are
Appreciate it.
good things that happen with making the right choices, doing the right thing.
And that's
Thank
the
you.
real one. And that you now pay for it, or all you have, so that way you have to make it.
That takes the pressure off.
And I think it's trying to honor that good of the small town by allowing the reservations, but definitely, we did speak and we see the importance. I mean, you've set policies to begin with. So
Well,
we
I
are-
mean,
we
the
will-
policy that we had for the not accepting reservations a year in advance,
Yeah.
that's a good policy. But we have to say what we do and do what we say.
Okay, so
All right.
I will phone her tomorrow to let the other,
Is she aware of the conflict?
yes, she has been. She's
How
aware.
long has she?
Well, 2 days,
Yeah,
She could have her invitation to order too.
yeah.
it's unfortunate
It's very
for everyone, but like I said, is it a firing offense? No. I mean,
Things happen.
hotels do the double book, airlines double book, bus lines double book. We double booked. At the end of the day, we're going to do what's right, and we got to get on with it and try to make ourselves better moving
Yeah.
forward.
That's
Yeah, there's a way to
right. Should,
not have this happen,
yeah.
and whatever that might
I'm all for
be.
that,
And like I said, we typically, I haven't, since I've been on board, talked anything about the reservations and the procedures and the policies. So if all of that is on you, and you want the board's input so that we can try to put something together that's a little bit more ironclad or less mistake,
Yeah.
try to dummy proof it, for lack of better words. Let's all sit down and talk about what we need to do to dummy proof it.
Well, most definitely, man. we
Or
got it.
maybe a letter confirming reservation, I don't know, something
Yeah.
that's only cost you 50 cents to mail
We can make a flyer, for instance, and have it in here. That we can
Your
do that.
reservation on this day has been confirmed, or.
Oh, yeah, reservation confirmations.
Oh, that's a good
That
idea.
would be really
Phone
nice.
call or something, anyway.
Anyhow, should you guys vote on summer or just no?
I think that
That's,
it was the way it should have been.
okay, okay.
I'm sure if there's a rule about reservations and not taking reservations, that was voted on. All we did was stand by our ruling.
Was this your idea?